Yo guys, how's it going? I've got a new review for you guys. It's Garou, Mark of the Wolves. It just came out today. I thought, you know what? Do a quick review on this game, give people information on whether it's worth it or not worth it. When you buy the game off of the PSN store for the PlayStation 4, of course, you get a wallpaper, which doesn't look very good to be honest. It's all yellow and the music is repetitive, but anyway, let's get into the review. Now, before I start, this is a review about the port of this game. It's not about the gameplay, it's not about the final boss, the story and all that stuff. It's about the port. So I want to focus on the graphics, okay? This channel is all about arcade gaming, and this is an arcade game, so I want to review this game. Now, before starting or getting into the game, I want to talk about one thing. Now, this is really interesting because for the past X amount of weeks, SNK has decided to revive their old franchises. Did you guys know that 80% of SNK is actually, it got bought from like a Chinese company last year? So now 80% of it is Chinese, and I don't know what's going on, but they're making all the right choices, and they decided to revive the freaking brand. The brand as in like SNK, the future is now. Even as of December 1st, they changed their name, and it's not SNK Playmore anymore, it's just SNK, the future is now. Thank you so much. So I'm looking forward to this transformation. No more pachinko bullshit. It's all about games, old school gaming, and the future of that, the evolution of it. Okay? So, first of all, so for the past X amount of weeks, we've been able to play these fantastic old games on the PS4. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that there are two categories of these games. One, you've got, let's see here, you've got The Last Blade and Garou, Mark of the Wolves. These games have been made by Code Mystics, okay? The company Code Mystics. So if you look at them, this one and this one, it was made by Code Mystics. However, this game was made by a company called Hamster, and it's the Aka Neo Geo, Arcade Archives game. I actually did a review of this game. It got a lot of hits. It got like close to 700 hits. I don't know why, but I'm really happy. I'm glad to see that people are interested and my kind of reviews. It's not about the gameplay, oh, it's good, it's bad. No, it's all about the ports. So if you like arcade gaming, if you like talking about ports and all that stuff, then check out this review. Just keep looking at it. Anyway, so yeah, so it's kind of confusing, isn't it? So you've got one company, SNK, and they actually have two companies or two developers that are actually getting these games on the PlayStation Network. So you've got AKA Neo Geo from Hamster, or Code Mystics making The Last Blade 2, and Garou, Mark of the Wolves, which just came this morning. Let's get into it. Nope, wrong button, as always. Let's go. Now, let me just go back a little, okay? All right, up. Let's go to quit game. And as always, I'm pushing the wrong buttons, guys. It's the worst thing, man. When you have an American, you have a Japanese console, but you have American games or Japanese games, the enter button changes. Anyway, let's not get into that. So here we go. Mark of the Wolves. Here is the menu. All right, it looks really nice. They rescan all of the old art. So as you can see, normal modes, multiplayer, as in online multiplayer. Thank you very much. Also, you have practice, options, gallery, crap, rankings, trophies. Nobody cares about that. Let's get into options. X, push the right button. So, one thing's for sure. If you have The Last Blade, you will know every single option that is in this game, because they actually respected or they kept the same format. So everything that you saw in The Last Blade, you're gonna see the same thing here, okay? So that's the Code Mystics way of doing things. Code Mystics way, as in like game options, you got the level, game time, all that bullshit. We don't need to go there. Let's go back. I think you guys are interested in the video options. So, unlike the Aka Neo Geo games, here you only have 3 options. No scanlines, 50%, or 100%. Whereas the Aka Neo Geo games have so many different options. You got scan lines that go that way, you've got like the scan lines that kind of like move up. It's crazy. I mean, hardcore guys would love that kind of style, the hamster style, you know? Whereas here, it's more simple. It's 0, 50, 100. Actually, I go for 100 because I love having scan lines, but I don't like having too many scan lines where the screen gets super dark. Then you've got the display mode, normal, large, stretch. Never go for stretch, believe me. Frame art. So instead of having like black borders on the side, you'll have like, I don't know, some sort of, you know, some characters appearing. I don't know, I find that distracting. Smooth image, never go there. Don't even touch that. Flicker image, no problem. Okay, let's go back. And it saves every time. Okay, controls, don't even need to go there. All right, so you know what? Let's go into practice mode, okay? Let's choose this guy. We've got Terry. All right, so the first thing that happens, you got options set. Now this looks really primitive. I mean, look at the screen. It doesn't have anything special. You got the computer action 1, 2, you got the top on or off. You got the gauge, SP power, counter, on and off, etc, etc. And you know what? I'm gonna put this stage on for a specific reason, okay? You can change the characters, return to the center, as in like if you're fighting or practicing, you wanna go back to the center, reset everything. You know what? Let's go for this, okay? Now, here we are, okay? So, one thing that I want to talk about, and this is super important, is that now I've got scan lines on. And I don't know if you guys can see the difference. I'm trying to zoom in here. Boom, let's zoom in here. Can you guys see the difference between scan lines on and off? Let's just go into new, no, let's go into options, video. Let's turn off them scan lines. It's gonna save, takes a million years. Let's go back, and there you go. Okay, so you might still not get what the difference is, which is fine. I don't know, you'll have to see it with your own eyes, but I'll tell you one thing, is that having the scan lines looks much better. All right, here we go, options, video options. Let's put them back, up, back, and just give it one more chance, and there you go. Okay, we've got the scan lines. Let's just go back. Anyways, the graphics are awesome. This game, it doesn't have any bugs yet, or at least I haven't discovered anything because I just bought this game like 4 hours ago. So just to tell you, the PS4 version looks really good. It feels great. It's very responsive. And yeah, it just looks good. Now, this is where it gets interesting. This is the PS4 version. Now, how about you guys? Do you have any other version of this game? Now, there are so many versions, right? First, you've got the original Neo Geo cartridge, right? MVS, AES. You've got the Xbox Live version, which is available even for Xbox One owners. They can buy that version, right? For 10 bucks. You've got the Dreamcast version, you've got the Japanese PS2 version. Now, I don't know if that version ever came out on the American PS2. I'm not too sure about that. Probably did. And then on the PS3, you actually have like PS2 versions that you can download, and you actually have that game. So if you have a PS3, you can get the Japanese PS2 version, but only in the Japanese marketplace, okay? Now be careful. Do not look up for this game in the American, like tradition. You know those old PS2 games that you can download, pay for them and download? You have like Twisted Metal and all those games. Well, that's available in the Japanese PSN store, okay? And let me add one more detail to this. This is really interesting. Do some of you have the Pandora 401, 501, you know, that JAMA cartridge thing, you know, where you can get all these games for like 80 bucks. You can get that from Alibaba or AliExpress. you know, from China. Now, I had Pandora 3, okay? And let me tell you one thing. That version was okay, it was playable, but it had so much screen tearing, you know? I mean, look at this. These characters are moving, there's no screen tearing whatsoever, right? No screen tearing whatsoever. It looks really good. There you go, look at that. Beautiful animation. Awesome, right? So, I'm gonna tell you, this version that you're watching right here, the PS4 version, is by far the superior version. Okay, it looks awesome, you've got scanline options. One thing, I had the Dreamcast version, and one of the problems from the Dreamcast version is that every single little audio that would occur, like for example, like when you're punching, see, you can hear, yeah, it would actually rip it from the CD in real time. So the Dreamcast was going bananas, going scanning all that stuff, instead of previously loading everything, and actually the sound was delayed. You would never get it on time, so the Dreamcast version is quite inferior, okay? Now, you've got the PS4 version right in front of you, okay? So here's a little zoom in right there with some scan lines. It looks good. It doesn't look blocky. Look at that. I mean, it's no Ghibli movie, but it looks awesome. And now, guys, I'm gonna move this camera and I'm gonna focus on this screen right here. Do you know what this is? This is the PS2 version of Garou, Mark of the Wolves. And this is the Japanese version that I'm playing on my PS3. And what's cool about it is that the graphics look really nice, but one of the issues that I have is that it doesn't have filters. It's only got one filter. It's got the soft and sharp filter. And it's on, at this very moment, it's on sharp. All right, look at that. It looks really jagged. It doesn't have any scan lines. And some of you might not care about scan lines, and that's fine. But for me, to have scan lines, it's super important. All right, let's just go back. Okay, so here I am. I'm playing this game right there. There you go. Let's put some volume. Now, one thing that I noticed is that in training mode, the PS2 version has music, and the PS4 version does not. All right, so there you go. So take a look at this, and this is where I was really shocked. When I pushed the options button on the PS4 version, you had like some white letters and a couple of options. Look at the PS4 version. Not this. There you go. Look at that. Look at all these options. Now, most of them are those that you found on the PS4 version, but some of them are not. For example, like when you want to change stages, you can actually, like every stage has like 3 different kind of variations. So you've got Seraphorce 1, you've got 2, and 3. You don't have that in the PS4 version. Now that's just a small detail. I don't know if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff. It just looks so, I don't know, the options look so much more complete on this version. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. It looks so much better. Just take a look at this. Let's go back. Boom. Up. Sorry about that. I know it's not the same angle as before, but freak it. And take a look at this. Look at that! It's like having the original MVS cartridge. Look at that, and look at this. Damn! Huge difference, right? Look at that! Anyway, maybe I'm being a little picky here, okay? So, the gameplay is the same. There's no difference whatsoever, alright? Now, one of the problems here, and this is where I'm going to get super picky, is like I said, there are no scan lines. So let's just zoom in. Look at that stuff. Man, that's looking super, super blocky. Now you might not notice the difference in this YouTube video, okay? But I'm just telling you from my own eyes, okay, not through the camera, is that when you play a game of Garou, Mark of the Wolves here, and then you go back to this version, it just looks so much better when you're playing it on that version. I'm not kidding. And it's not because this is an arcade monitor and that's a normal TV. Like, I made so many comparisons. This morning, I was just onto it for like 2 hours. And you guys, you just need to believe me, okay? So just to tell you, this PlayStation 2 version, because it's originally the PlayStation 2 version, is pretty cool. It's got, I think it's the same as the Xbox Live version. From what I've seen, it's got story mode, it's got survival, it's got versus, obviously practice, and you know what? At the end it says network match, but you can't play online anymore. Which means that the PlayStation 4 version is actually superior because it's got online mode. Okay? So the graphics are better on the PlayStation 4 version. I think that the options are better on the PlayStation 2 version, but in the end, if you think about all the options that you get with the PlayStation 4 version, you might as well just stick with the latest version, which is the PlayStation 4 version. Okay? Let's just go back to that then. Okay, here we go. Let's just set it up. There you go. Okay? Now, let's just go back a little. Up, quick game. All right, here we go. Now, like I said, this is very similar to the PlayStation 2 version, or the Dreamcast version, or the Xbox Live version. You've got normal mode, multiplayer, practice, options. Now, this is a funny thing, and you guys, I don't know if you guys are gonna believe me or not. You're gonna have to check it out by yourselves, but when I saw the trailer for this game, it was like, the first minute was like the first half of the video was like promoting the system, the top system, and all that, so Just Defend, which is awesome. And then it's like, yeah, online multiplayer. It's like, ooh, this is like real online multiplayer. Let's get into that, find a match, let's see how long it takes. Now remember, I'm living in Japan. This game has only been released in the American Japanese or American PSN, sorry. And there you go, I already found somebody to fight with, but you know what, I'm not gonna get into that because I've already tried this a couple of times and the lag is really bad. But that's because I am playing in Japan, and this game has not been released in Japan. I don't know if they're ever gonna release this game in Japan. If you think about it, I mean, maybe a lot of Japanese people have the PS3 version. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay? Now, so like I said, this version has normal arcade mode, has online multiplayer, unlike King of Fighters 94, the Aka Neo Geo version. That does not have online multiplayer, so you can enjoy that. Well, in my case, I'm not going to be able because nobody has this game, because this is the American version, which is okay. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I gotta be honest with you. I paid 15 bucks for this. 15 bucks. And this version is extremely close to the PS2 or the Xbox Live version. And if you're super finicky about scan lines and stuff like that, like me, you'll be happy to buy the PS4 version. If you've never played this before and you don't have a PS3, get the PS4 version. I mean, this is the only... Garou Mark of the Wolves is the only game that you can get on the PS4. In the new generation, you can only get this on the PS4. You cannot get this on the Xbox One or, I mean, the Wii U. I mean, you can't even consider that as the new generation. So yeah. So if you're interested in this game, give it a go. Play it, download it, pay 15 bucks. You know, do not buy the old version from Xbox Live and pay 10 bucks, because it's still there and you can get it with the Xbox One. Okay? So there you go. So you know what? I'm just gonna get into normal mode. Story. There you go. And as you can see, the graphics are awesome. Go with Bud. I'm not gonna play too much, maybe just one round. The loadings are super fast, which is awesome. Look at that. Animations are great. There you go. Okay, let's go. Boom. Look, guys, I totally suck at this game, so... Wow, look, you see? Right there, I got rickrolled. Yeah. It looks good, doesn't it? With scan lines, it looks awesome. For me, I'm super happy when I play this game with scan lines. Otherwise, it looks way too pixelated. There you go. Getting fucked over as always. There you go. Boom. Ah. There you go. I know, I'm not the best player in the world. And there you go. Okay? So there you go. If you're hesitating, if you're wondering, what are you supposed to do? You know, if you already have the Xbox Live version, if you have the Pandora version, if you have the Dreamcast version, are you gonna spend 15 bucks to play this game? And you know what? If you have the PS2 version or the Xbox Live version, I would recommend you not to buy this version because it's $15, and that's a lot of money. It's 1/3 of the price of a normal game. And if you're really into fighting games, yeah, fair enough, give it a go. And if you're not, if you're a collector like me, then you're gonna spend 15 bucks to get this game. Well, I'm happy because you know what? I can play this on my PS4, and I get scan lines, and the options are alright. It's nothing too fancy. But I'm wondering, why did it take 5 months for this game to come out? I don't get that. That really puzzles me. 5 months to get the exact options that you had on the last Play 2 on this version. But anyway, still fun to play. Garou, Mark of the Wolves, it's an awesome game. Great graphics, great animation, and now you can play it on the PS4 and have a great time. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Have fun. Always have fun with video games. Don't think too much about it. Peace out. See you soon.